Hi, welcome back to Box Delights. Today we're continuing the gameplay demo of Cytosis. To create this protein hormone receptor, I'm going to need red and green. So I've got to try and find a way of making green. But the other thing I might want to do is grab some of these cards that are on the go here. So what I'm going to do is grab this. Okay, here's my first action. This is phase 1 of the game. This is where you're placing your flasks on the board. There is one area of the board that I've not really mentioned much, but I've mentioned how you can put your goal marker here. So if I place a flask up here, this is also a way of grabbing the first player token. We're not going to use this much in the single player game, but it's also a way of grabbing one energy. If you need to grab extra energy and the mitochondria is full up of workers, you can go in here and grab one energy. Otherwise, let's kick off with the rough ER. Let's go and place one of our workers in here. And you execute these immediately. You don't have to wait. You don't place all your workers. Some good games like I think Laws of Waterdeep does this. You place all your workers and then you start resolving them. You place all your workers and resolve them straight away. So we've placed our flask here in rough ER, and we started that process of completing a protein hormone receptor, or a steroid hormone receptor card. One of these. Yeah. We've started that process. We place one of our transport vesicle discs in one of the available spots. We can trade any number of mRNA resources that we wish. I'm just going to trade one for proteins, so we turn these into proteins. Let's go back to the supply. Now I need one energy and I need one carb as well, so I'm going to have to go and grab that from somewhere. So let's go down to the plasma membrane with my third flask. We're going to go in here. And remember, we're using up, there's two spots here, but I'm using them up because of the 2-player rules. Alright, so what I couldn't do is go and place another one here now and get another one of these going. Okay, there's not enough space. Now in the plasma membrane, I can place either in the 1 spot or the 2 spot. If I place in the 2 spot, I pay 2 ATP and get 2 green carbohydrate resources. If I place it in the 1 spot, I pay 1 and get 1. So I'm going to do that, 1 and get 1. Alright, that goes in my personal supply. I've got 1 black and 1 green. Just thinking, should I get 2? Actually, I'm going to go and get 2. I'm going to go in the 2 spot. I'm going to pay 2. Grab another one. Because I can always get more. Yeah, I'm going to go to the mitochondria with my last flask. I could go here and trade one of those greens that I've just picked up for 6 energy. A nice little switch, right? But I'm not going to, because I want to keep both those greens. I'm going to go in the 3 spot and grab 3 ATP. I'll do 3. Alright, that's it. We've completed phase 1. We've placed all 4 of our flasks. Now we move into phase 2. This is when the board gets refreshed, so typically you'll be grabbing your flasks back off the board, ready to use for next turn. Okay, so all players grab them back. In the solo variant, what we're going to do instead is we're going to grab these 4 pink flasks, and we're going to use these 4 pink ones instead of the green ones next turn. And what that means is all these spots that are taken by green we can't use on our next turn. So that's the solo variant. Okay, it's kind of acting like another player has gone and done stuff and limited what we can do. So on turn 2, round 2, we can start doing some of this other stuff instead, but we can't go here, we can't go here, can't go here. And then what we'll do at the end, in phase 2, next we'll pull the green ones off the board, and they'll be available again for turn 3, but the ones where we place pink will be gone and unusable in round 3. Alright, so that's the solo variant basically. That's why we've got another set of flasks. Multiplayer, everyone brings their flasks back and you just go again on the next round. The other thing that phase 2 does is it turns an event card. Let's go do that now. We've drawn Toxicity. I really like this card. This is a nice one. This event card stops players hoarding resources. Okay, so you could just keep going. I'm going to hoard, I'm going to hoard, I'm going to collect, collect, collect. There's no limit to the resources that you can keep collecting. So we could keep going to the nucleus and grabbing those black cubes. But this card says, if any player has 5 or more of a single type of macromolecule cube, they lose 1. If they have 7 or more, lose 2, 10 or more, lose 4. So this is kind of saying you know, if you do that hoarding and you're not completing cards, well, I'm going to go and grab some of those resources from you. You've lost some turns, so it will set you back. Even if this card doesn't exist in the deck, the risk that it does is enough to make players just keep pushing for those points and not just hoarding. The other reason why you can't just keep hoarding is because you've got to get points. So you've got to go turn those resources into health points at some point. Otherwise, you're not gonna get victory. Right. So that's toxicity. It's unaffecting us. We don't have any. We've only got 2 greens. That's the most we've got. And with the turning of that card, we're one round closer to the end of the game. Turning the last card of the event deck marks the last round of the game. The last thing you do in the third part of phase 2 is you remove the 2 in a 3, 4, 5 player game. It's the leftmost card from this cell component area. In the 2 player game we're playing with by those rules, it's the leftmost 2, not these 2, right? The 2 leftmost. So these get removed and discarded from the game. So you've got to keep an eye on this offer. If there's cards here you want, just be aware that they are going to disappear. Right, that goes down into this leftmost spot, and also because I took that free action, I should have realised that was going to move down in here, and that's going to be blocked out for the next round, and then these 2 are potentially going to go. Right, so maybe I've got my eye on this card, but I can't take this spot next round. Right, so some interesting decisions on this in this solo variant. Right, next round then, let's begin. And I start placing my flasks. So what I want to do, is there anything here I really need to do? This is an interesting card. It just gives you 2 carb cubes nice and cheaply. So you don't need an action to do so. So I can take this, pay 1 energy, take this card, store it away in my player area, and then I could just use this when I'm ready to. Okay. But I'm interested in this one. It's quite expensive, so I'm going to leave the cards, I think, for this turn. Instead, what I'm going to do is continue to build my hormone and pushing it through the cell. So next action is going to be going to the Golgi apparatus. So I'm going to go in here. I'm going to bring this down from roughly R, from the receptor synthesis into the Golgi. I can add any number of green or yellow cubes, so I'm going to grab 1 green carb from my player area, place it here, job done. And then with my next action, I'm going to place a flask in the plasma membrane, and then I can bring this down. This comes out of the cell, and we need to take a vesicle with cubes, some energy, and then a card. Right. So we're going to take 1 energy, 1 transport vesicle with a red and a green cube on it, and that's going to give me 3 points. And I'll place this in my player area. These go back to the supply. This comes back to my player area, and I'll mark up those 3 points. And the reason why I wanted to get that one down early is the earlier this goes in, next time I create one, like this one here for example, that means it's going to give me an extra point. Okay, so if I build this, I get 3 health for that, plus 1 point for that. And if I build this, and I build another one, I'll get 3 points for that, plus 1 point for that, plus 1 point for that. Okay, so I'm hoping to start this accumulator, if you like. Okay, I've got 2 flasks left. I'm going to place 1 up here in the nucleus for DNA transcription. And there's a 3 spot and a 2 spot. It's going in the 3 spot. That's going to give me 3 RMNA. I already have 1, but I've got 4 now. That's cool. And then with my final flask, I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to grab this and go to the mitochondria. Might seem a bit random, but I'm going to go in here, pay 1 green cube and take 6 energy, 6 ATP. Let's eat this carbohydrate. That's okay. I've got a nice stash now. Alright, phase 2. Cubes from flasks from last time come off the board. Right, green cube flasks come back. Return the next event. It says Respiration Boost. Add 1 additional ATP token to the mitochondria this round. Bad timing. Alright, so what that means is if I come up here, I get one additional ATP. Now, these two come off, get discarded, these shuffle down. Right, now I'll refresh this. A steroid hormone and another protein hormone. I'm keen to get this, so I might just go and grab this for free. And also keen to collect enzymes, so I might go and grab this as well. So I've forsaken these two. What I'm going to do instead is come up to the rough ER, place one of my flasks, one of my vesicles. Any number of black cubes can be turned into red. This time I'm going to put 3 black cubes, 3 proteins. I've got 1 flask left. Remember, I can still use the grey ones if I wanted to. So if I wanted to push it and go for Golgi, which I can't do because it's blocked, I could spend 4 and grab a grey flask and go there this round, but I'm going to hold back. Instead, we'll go for the plasma membrane. We'll pay 2. We'll grab 2 green, 2 carbohydrate. Pink flasks come off. These 2 get discarded. We refill. This event is no longer in effect. We'll do the new one. And this one says Nucleus Boost. Add 1 additional RMNA cube to the nucleus this round. That's perfect. That suits us because that's where we're going to be going next. Up here, grab 3. Plus the 1 additional, that's 4. You can see this game really ticks along once you get going. Golgi will bring this down. We'll add 1 green. And then plasma membrane. We're going to go for the protein hormone. It costs 2 energy. A vesicle with 3 red and 1 green, which we've got. Spend the 2 energy. We place this in our player area and it gives us 8 health points. Let's try and complete this enzyme. So we go to the free ribosome first. I've only got 1 flask left. So let's go up in here. And the RMNA translation. I've got 5 of these in my play area now. So I'm going to turn two of these. 4 RMNA for 4 proteins. Look at this big cell. I really love the artwork here. And if you want to know what's going on here, ribosomes translate this code into a chain of amino acids. I'm sure you're going to learn some stuff just from reading and figuring out what it is you're doing. There it costs 1 green, 2 red from our personal area this time. And that gives me 4 points. So we get to 15. We've still got quite a bit of work to do. That is the first card though that's going to set us on the path to speeding up, right? Because this is a set collecting one. I'm going to have to wait. Right, next up, I'm going to go... I could buy that other enzyme. We'll do that. Let's get this one going. So we want a vesicle, and a flask, and 1 mRNA. Not a lot of points on this one, but like I say, we need to try and accumulate them. So we switch 1 for 1 in this synthesis. I've got 1 flask left and I feel like I need some energy, so I can either go in here, grab 3 now, or I can take 2 actions and go in here, got 1 energy, spend 1, grab a green, and then next time go here. So that's 2 actions but I get 6, on 1 action and I get 3. I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to go here, spend my 1, grab a carb. Alright, that's my last turn. So pinks come off. These two go away. Oh, I'm not going to be able to get this. I don't think I want this anyway. And next event. Yes. Respiration Boost. Add 1 additional ATP token to the mitochondria. Alright, actually that's cool. Alright, let's go to the goal guy. So we're not going here, we're not grabbing that extra, because we need our green cube to do this. Now we need to do this. But I haven't got the energy. So I have to go up to mitochondria, grab 3 energy, plus the extra 1, that's okay. Then come down in here for hormone synthesis. Bring that down. I now have the energy I need. I've got 1 energy. I've got a vesicle with the green and the red. And that gives me 3 health. Okay, 3 health plus 1 here. That's 4 health. Yep, so I'm up from 15 to 19. Alright. I think I'm going to have to go up to the nucleus. I think that's the thing to do. Yep. Up here, let's grab 3 cubes. 3 mRNA. Yeah, you've got to think about what you're doing. Okay, these 2 go away. These slide down. And green flasks come off. I don't think I'm going to get enough points for victory, but we'll see how I do. Add 1 additional ATP to the mitochondria. It's another respiration boost. Right, so there's 2 free carbs here. So this is when, if this is taken, this becomes useful. Do you see? I could go for the steroid hormone. That's big 9 points. Why don't we do that? Let's take this. And then that makes my other decisions easy, I think. Yeah, I go to the lipid synthesis. Take 3 yellow cubes. Now again, these are 3 spots. So I could use these 2, or these 2 in 1 round. So I could potentially go here again and take another 2, or I can go in here. But because I want to get these enzymes going, I'm actually going to go in here and turn 2 blacks into 2 reds. And then complete one of these enzymes. I'll do the cheaper one. So it's 2 red, 1 energy, gives me 3 health. One, 2, 3, and I've got a set of 2, so that's going to be an additional 2 points at the end of the game. So if I can complete this one, that's an additional 5 points. So I still need 23 points. If I can do that one, that's 9. I need 14 points. It's not easy, is it? What comes off? Pink. Okay, that goes away. Final event. Oh, toxicity again. This is a pretty toxic game. But we're okay. 3 here. So let's see. Still no more protein hormone receptors. This is not working out. There's another enzyme here, but that one doesn't help me because, well, it'll give me 3 points, but sets are different colours. So this is the yellow, green, blue. Yeah, ligase, glycosylase, isomerase. This is another blue, so this would have to be a second set. Yeah, so it's unique colours that matter. So I'm not really interested in that. So I think I'm going to have to focus on building my steroid hormone this time round. So I think we're going to have to go to the plasma membrane and grab some carb. I'm going to grab 2 for 2 energy. I'm going to trade in 1 for 6. energy. Then I'm going to have to come up here to alcohol, the steroid hormone synthesis with one of my vesicles. I'm going to put 3 yellow on here. Then bring it down with my final flask to the goal guy. I've got 1 green in my play area, so I can add that. We're doing okay, I think. Alright. Green cubes come off, which is cool. This is the final. Oh man, this is the final round. Glucose transport boost. Add 1 additional carbohydrate cube to the glucose transporter. Just this one. So there's an extra cube, an extra green cube in here. Right, I'm going to have to use my grey cubes this time. Because first off, let's complete this. This is going to cost. Ooh. Oh man, this is going to be tough. Alright, first off, I've got to do this. It's going to cost 4 energy, so it's expensive. But I bring this down, I've got everything I need to complete this steroid hormone. And it's going to give me 9 health points. Taking me up to 31. We're close, but we're not. What there? 19 more points. Yeah, this isn't going to be doable, is it? I can do this one. Put 2 red. That's completed this enzyme for 3 health. 1, 2, 3. Got 2 flasks left. I don't think I can do anything with it. Now I do get extra points for cubes at the end of the game. For every 4 black cubes, I get a point. So I could go up to nucleus, grab 3, and that would give me 1 more point. Using a grey flask costs 4, and I've blocked out this. So the only way to get energy now is to place 1 up here, and that's only going to give me 3. So yeah, I'm not going to get a grey flask. I've messed up the grey flask opportunity. Okay, so what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to go up to the nucleus, grab 3 of these. That gives me 4. That's 1 point. Yeah, I just run out of energy, so I don't think there's anything I can do. Yeah, see if I go up here, I'm only getting 3. That's not enough to pay for a grey flask. Ah. Oh, hang on. What about... I mean, there's one way of doing it. I can't go in here again because there's 2 spots taken. I could go in here, grab 1, then pay for a flask. But yeah, even this 1 flask doesn't help me. Because all I can do is go somewhere I've been before. Like here, well, I need a green cube for... Yeah, no good. It's no good. I'm going to have to go up here, grab the 3 cubes. That's it. That's 1 extra point at the end of the game. Okie doke. Let's do our final tally then. So final scoring. In multiplayer you'll be scoring your goals as well at this point, obviously. If there was any cubes out here on your discs, they would come back to your supply and they would add to your final score as well. But as it goes, I'm going to turn those 4 in and get my 1 point. That puts me up to 35. Multiplayer, you'll be counting your alcohol detox cards. Whoever has the most will get those extra points. And then we get to score our enzymes. A set of 3 enzymes is worth only 5 points. So that takes us up to 40. Yeah, we didn't do enough. And I think we should have played those grey flasks a bit earlier. You know, another big card like this might have done it. And we did have a lot of toxicity cards. The ones that were removed might have helped us a little bit more. So yeah, there's a little bit of luck in here, but it's certainly a great little solo challenge. I think the last game I played I got 49 points. I'm on 40 now, so I'm trying to beat 49. I say the target's 50. If you want a binary win-lose, go for 50 points. That's it, that's Cytosis. So I hope you enjoyed the little demo using the solo variant. It's very much like the multiplayer. Step up the difficulty with that virus expansion. That's it for now. Thanks for watching. See you next time.